Hey guys! So for this discussion, I wrote about a lot of the mental health care reforms and humanitarian efforts at this time period. I think what really stuck out to me was just how bad a lot of the conditions were during this time for mentally ill people. I mean, I've always heard about Dorothea Dix, and I learned about, how bad the insane asylums were and things like that, but I didn't understand just how awful it was and that these people were basically being tortured um, in these places. I mean, there was an example in the book of this guy who'd been chained in his cell for 40 years, and he hadn't been outside in 40 years. So I can definitely see how these people were getting worse and not better. And yeah, reform was definitely very vital to basically creating just a better place for mentally ill people to go. I think another really important reform during this time was how people were changing their views on the mentally ill patients themselves. People were kind of moving away from pointing fingers and calling them witches or Satanists or, sinners, and they're starting to understand, no, you're just a person, just a normal person, but you just have a mental illness, and you need help, and you need to be treated with dignity and respect. So I think that was really pivotal in advancing psychology as a field. I mean, our whole point, or our whole goal, is to, treat people and find out how to help people with mental illnesses, how to understand what's going on in people's, their cognitions, their processes. So, I mean, if we were still just throwing people in jail cells and locking them away for years, we wouldn't really even have a field. We wouldn't have people trying to help people with mental illnesses. So I think it definitely laid the foundation for the field of psychology as a whole. I mean, it's definitely a lot better now. I still see some issues with present day kind of stigmas that people have against the mentally ill. I kind of like the analogy how if you break your arm and you have a cast, people can see it, they see the pain, they see where you're hurting, they go, oh, I'm so sorry, can I sign your cast, what can I do for you? But things like depression, schizophrenia, dissociative identity disorder, things like that, you can't see it, and I think that scares people, because they can't understand it, they can't see it, they don't know what it is. So I think the next step in kind of even furthering the reform movements of the 1800s is getting people to understand that it's not scary, and getting them to just really feel for the person who's going through it and just have empathy for them. And I think we're doing a really great job as a field at doing that. So yeah, those are basically my thoughts, and thanks guys for watching.